First of all, I would like to know which is the soundtrack which you think is the best you've ever written? Which is the soundtrack you think is the best you've ever written?
The what?
The soundtrack. Which is the best soundtrack you ever written? What you think? What's your favorite baby of soundtrack?
Mine or
Yours. Yours.
Lawrence of Arabien, because it's the scope is very large, and also sentimentally, it was my first work with David Lean, and I was lucky to be a part of one of the best picture in the world, because when you think this film has no women, no car chase, no bang, 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 bang every 2 seconds, and also this film 40 years later still one of the classic and one of the best film, in my opinion, in the history of cinema. So, what can you ask more?
That's true.
And when did you see Lawrence for the last time?
Last time,
Mm-hmm.
when the few years when they cleaned the film, well, they made a new print. Well, like a film made last week. It was fantastic.
Did they restore the soundtrack as well?
Did they restore the soundtrack as well?
Well,
Did they restore the soundtrack?
yes, but they didn't touch the recording.
Uh-huh.
It was exactly the original recording, only the clean, perfect. It's incredible. And when I remember, the recording was made with 3 mics, left, right, center, in the Shepperton studio, and because there was a lot of musicians, I asked for 110 musicians, and there was no room to do that in a normal studio, recording studio. So they have to organize the orchestra in a sound stage, a huge stage, and this music is recorded in 1963, I think, and still impeccable sound. That was fantastic.
And how long will you stay in Berlin? Until Friday, or how long will you stay at this
Today?
This festival?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
just after the ceremony, we
Mm-hmm.
go back to the States.
And I hope
It's a long trip.
Mhm. I hope that you will do a concert, but there is no concert in Berlin with
Oh, I love to do the concert here because the musicians first are so good and so cooperative, and they're so professional and really perfectionist. And I became friend with the for the lead and the musician. I think it's the capital of the music of the world, and to get to get the award from Berlin, it's something just so prestigious. I can go, back and say, ich bin ein Berliner.
Beside of writing soundtracks, you wrote a lot of other things, concerts, ballets. Do you worry about that most of the people just know you as a soundtrack composer and not as a composer in the meaning of classical world?
What the question?
Ich sitze auf der falschen Seite.
Yeah.
You're not only a soundtrack composer, but you wrote ballets, concerts for the
Yeah.
for the wholes.
Yeah.
So do you worry about that people know you only as a soundtrack man, but despise the other side of you, the ballets, the concerts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it worry you, or do you think it's
Yeah, I
Oh.
like because I started the serious music in the Paris Conservatoire of Music, besides electronic music. So just it's wonderful to have written music for ballet, for concert, and also to be the conductor of my own music. That's fantastic for me. It's a reward. So the Golden Bear, it's incredible award for me because it takes care of everything. Music for film, for theater, for concert, and conducting myself. I'm very lucky.
And have you thought about to do a composition together with your son, Jean-Michel?
No, because I think like in the cooking business, to cook don't make a special. It's better to be, to do one here and one there, and the same name. It's absolutely kind of luck. That's all. I love my son and his work. If they like me, they work.
Mhm.
And it's fantastic. I'm very lucky. And also I have a great daughter who is an architect decorator.
Mhm.
So and a grandson start to write music, also to write songs. So they're good family. Lucky.
And do you work on a new composition for a soundtrack in the next months or not?
No, for the moment I come back to recuperate a long trip
Mhm.
because Los Angeles, Berlin is long. So just after, when we come back, we take a nice little holidays with the California sun.
And you're still living in Malibu, or?
Yeah?
Yeah.
And this time we didn't bring you the nice weather. It was snowing and raining, like Berlin.
Yeah.
I told you, ich bin ein very tired Berliner.
Is there a soundtrack? Is there a soundtrack you now, looking back over all those years, you would have liked not to have written?
Which I would like to have done.
No, not done. The
When
soundtrack.
you look back, do
Oh.
you think there's a soundtrack you would not have
No,
done?
I'm humble and not greedy. So, and I like the work of the composer of Fellini,
Oh, Nino Rota.
Rota.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not. I'm very happy what I did, and I think I'm very lucky to have worked with great directors. And that's why I'm so happy to be the Golden Bear.
Mhm.
I'm going to keep it, and not too roaring too much.
So a Golden Bear besides 3 Oscars and 4 Golden Globes.
And you're the first composer
Yeah.
who get the Golden Bear. You were the first.
Yes, that's
in
why
the
I'm
history
so proud.
of Berlin International
know,
Film Festival.
Yeah, I hope that the people of the custom, they are not going to question if the Golden Bear is really in gold.
And are you still in contact with other composers like Ennio Morricone or not?
What do you say?
Are you still in contact with other composers?
Yeah.
As you have met Ennio Morricone?
Yeah, I know him. He's a good friend.
Oh, nice.